Mom pushed open the door and unexpectedly stumbled upon her daughter's secret. She picked up the notebook from under the bed. It contained no drafts, only the naive teenage girl's writings about the boy she secretly admired. Ignoring her daughter's desperate pleas, Mom tore her self-respect to shreds with her own hands. Upon learning that the boy was merely a cashier, the mother drove straight to the convenience store. In front of her daughter's entire class, she walked up to the boy, not only warning him to stay away from her daughter, but also spreading the notebook's contents out for everyone to see. Mei Ling's secret was completely exposed, and the classmates' mockery and strange stares instantly plunged her into humiliation. The mother, however, remained convinced that she was protecting her daughter, while Mei Ling could only put on a brave face. Back home, she began to constantly doubt herself, even viewing her drawing as a dangerous obsession. She had long been accustomed to being the good girl in her mother's eyes, so she wouldn't allow herself any flaws, yet the longing within her never ceased. Mei Ling's family harbored a terrifying curse. Whenever pressure and emotions reached their limit, a sinister presence would break free from its bonds. The next day, when her mother called Mei Ling to dinner, a thick bear's legs suddenly emerged from behind the door. It wasn't until Mei Ling stepped into the bathroom that she realized her body seemed to have grown abnormally fat. Her mother was startled by her screams, and Mei Ling realized this was no illusion. The sensation in her abdomen and the changes in her body felt incredibly real. She was in a panic, but her mother mistakenly thought it was her period. She rushed into the bathroom, grabbed some sanitary products, and comforted her, telling her not to worry. Mei Ling hurried back to her room, hoping a good night's sleep would restore her to normal. Once her emotions settled, she did gradually return to human form, and discovered that, as long as she remained calm, she could control the transformation. But whenever her emotions fluctuated, she would turn back into a red panda. To avoid being treated like a monster, Mei Ling began suppressing her emotions with reason. She no longer got excited when seeing friends, and could even suppress her heart fluttering when faced with the second most handsome boy in the entire school. She managed to hold on until class started, but her desk partner pointed out a figure outside the window. Her mother, worried that Mei Ling might not be prepared for her first period, had come specially to bring her supplies, and was pulling out a sanitary pad right in front of the entire school. The embarrassing scene caused Mei Ling to lose control instantly. Witnessing all this, her mother finally realized the situation had spiraled out of control. Mei Ling fled all the way to the restroom, then climbed out the window to escape the school, desperate to hide at home immediately. Her mother had no choice but to chase after her. But even back in her room, Mei Ling still felt like an outsider. That is, until her father, who had rushed over, spoke up.
It's happened already?
What did you say?
It turned out her family had known about all this all along. Her mother went to the ancestral hall, lifted a portrait, opened a secret compartment, and took out an ancient wooden box. Inside was a scroll chronicling the heroic legends of their ancestors. At that time, the world was in turmoil, and wars were raging everywhere. A woman named Sinyi, in order to protect her child, forged a fateful pact with the Red Moon, thereby gaining the power to control emotions. With the power of the Red Panda, she repelled bandits and protected her homeland. This power was passed down through the bloodline to every female descendant of the family. Mei Ling, however, viewed this as a curse. When her emotions spiraled out of control, she even nearly tore the ancestral portrait to shreds. Her mother stopped her just in time, and told her there was still a solution. Having once experienced the Red Panda form herself, she knew that as long as they held a sealing ritual on the next night of the Red Moon, and sealed the Red Panda spirit within a specific vessel, she could return to normal.
You only have one chance to banish it, and you cannot fail. Otherwise, you'll never be free.